Just like last week, you see Kyle put 2 wheels behind, but just like last week, Mark Martin's got himself a good-looking race car. Finished 14th last week at Kansas. He gets ahead. Got a report that Brad Keselowski has hit the wall.
Brushed the wall pretty good. Toe's okay.
Says the toe is okay.
As long as he doesn't have a tire rub, looks like it might just be cosmetic.
Oh man, he gets out of shape completely here. Yeah, that's pretty good contact.
It's back about 11th and 12th right there, because that's where Denny Hamlin, Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, that whole group is running. There's your race leader, Jimmy Johnson. Right behind him is Kyle Busch, followed by Mark Martin, Kenseth, Jeff Gordon, and Boyer running in 6th.
It looks like that car is just glued to the bottom of the track. Kyle Busch.
Certainly was there yesterday. As we come across, we'll complete now lap 51.
Mark sure is racy, though. He's staying right with him.
So we're a quarter of the way through the race. We've had a total of 4 leaders, 5 lead changes, and 1 caution so far. As here comes Kyle looking for the race lead. Down the backstretch, out of turn 2, he tucks back in. And it allows Mark Martin to pull up.
Yeah, Kyle Busch knows the only way to gain any points is to beat that 48.
Mark's going to follow Kyle this time, down on that low line. Can it pay dividends for both of them? Here we go as he slides up. He pulls back in behind the 48.
Not sure Mark Martin's not going to be able to take the lead.
There's your top 3. They've opened up about a second over 4th place Jeff Gordon.
Here's Kyle trying to see if he can put a slide job on Jimmy Johnson out of turn 2 if he can get enough room.
And Mark looks like he'd like to break it up. Well, can't do it.
Kyle could have made the pass if Mark Martin would have followed him, but that's not his teammate.
Uh-oh. Looks like he was going to turn left on him there, but I guess he knows how low.
He knew where Kyle was going to the apron.
Here we go.
Caution's out. Back or down.
Caution's out. We got a problem out on the
Marcus
racetrack.
Ambrose.
Marcus Ambrose. Looks like that right front is down.
Take it easy. Don't tear the fenders off. You got some flat tires there.
So here on lap
got,
number 54.
He's got more than 1 flat tire.
Marcus was running in 31st position.
Now we're going to go a lap down here.
Yeah.
I've got 4 flats. Car's a joke. We're going to go back on those changes. Do it another way. I cannot drive it.
He was about to go a lap down even before this. He was the last car on the lead lap.
Probably just trying to fight this car. See right there, just gets, oh man, just snapped around on him. See the tires blowing out.
It blow. Well, he was able to keep it off the wall, and it hasn't shredded. As you can see, he's still got all the fenders, but as he said, he will go 1 lap down.
Should see all the leaders on pit road this time.
Yeah, everybody in the top 7 last pitted between lap 36 and lap 42, and here we are working lap 54. Kyle Busch's crew getting ready. Jimmy Johnson's 48 team on the wall.
Ambrose's on pit road now. The problem he might have, they might come close to getting out, but he's going to have a lot of cars coming by him.
All right, fellas, here we come. Pit road speed.
All right, let's see. We talked about pit stops being so important. Vince Welch, it's yours.
Here comes your leader, Jimmy Johnson, heading for his pit box. Jimmy says it's a little free off of turn 2, although it feels like it is coming to him as the run progresses. Little free on entry to turn 3, but no major concerns, just 4 tires. Doc.
Kyle Busch said the car was free with 2 tires. Going to be even freer now with 4 tires. So a half a round to wedge in. Air pressure adjustment right rear. 24 car. Jeff Gordon, very, very free. They're going to make a track bar adjustment down just a little bit and 4 tires. Dave.
Place Mark Martin takes 4 tires. No changes to it. He said it's turning well. Please don't change it. What's he going to hold on to? Looks like it's real close between him and Kyle.
Race off pit road. Jimmy Johnson comes out first. Mark Martin and Kyle swap a spot. Look at Paul Menard taking 2 tires. We'll find out if they work now, even better. And he picks up 15 spots. So while they get back on the racetrack, we'll step aside for just a few minutes with Jimmie Johnson, the race leader. He's led a total of 10 laps.
In the land of stars and cars, Southern California, race 4 in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. Some of the championship stars have had some issues today. Jimmie Johnson, a minor one, some debris on the grill. Greg Biffle, a major one. Engine failure. He is out of the race early on in the going here in California. Our race reset as we get set to go. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the leader, the only guy not to pit under this caution flag. Highest running chaser is Jimmie Johnson, and Jimmie has just slipped up to second spot for this restart because one of the guys who didn't pit just pitted, so that's why you see Jimmie on the front row there inside of the screen. And lowest running chaser will be Greg Biffle, right now shown in 40th and out of the race. And we ask you to go to Goodyear.com to show your thanks and help support our troops. Goodyear is the official tire of NASCAR. Well, everyone except Dale Earnhardt Jr. just stopped and took on some fresh tires under this caution. And I have a feeling the guy at the front of the pack is going to feel a little bit like the Lone Ranger. And not riding off into the sunset at the end of this picture. Because he's going to be the only one out there on the older tires. And Jamie McMurray, way in the back, lost a number of spots on pit road. He had looked like the air hose snagged on the front of the car, and they had to come back around and unhook it before they could go back racing. Speaking of going back racing,
Kyle Busch is going for the lead early. Oh, and problems for the 99, the second Roush Fenway car. Carl Edwards coming to a stop in turn 4. He won't even make it to pit in, and the caution is out.
for us. We're stopped.
It's going to be a nightmare getting these cars lined back up. They were about 4 wide all the way back.
The question now is what happened to Edwards? Biffle's already lost an engine. Could the same problem be affecting the 99? Doc, what are you hearing?
Make sure he knows you need a push.
As they were coming to the restart, Carl Edwards said the car has fuel pressure, just not running well. It's sputtering. They were talking about possibly a vapor lock. As you look at Jack Roush there and Bob Osborne, they told Carl, switch to the backup ignition. Maybe that will fix it. He switched it. The car shut off, and there he sits with the caution again. So trouble for another chaser here, Carl Edwards.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if they can diagnose it, get him back out, but he is already going to lose a lap. And this is going to be very costly to their championship hopes.
Any vapor lock's not something you hear a lot about anymore this day and time.
You don't, but I mean, it is a possibility.
I think that there could be a fuel issue, just stuck fuel in.
You hear the team trying to diagnose the situation. What this does to Roush Fenway, if they cannot get this car refired, getting back out there quickly.
About water in the fuel, you know.
Their championship hopes take a serious hit. All right, we were talking about what happened to Jamie McMurray, our race pole sitter, and he is well back in the field, shown in 25th right now. Dave, take us back through what happened on the pit stop.
Yep, Marty, we'll hopefully get a look at the replay here of the one car pitting. And this is a situation where, you expect a fairly standard stop as they were going to work on the right side and then finishing up there. The NASCAR official steps into the lower left-hand part of the picture. He watches a tire changer put the wheel back on, and then he starts waving, no, you've missed a lug nut. You'll be penalized if you leave. So crew chief Bono Mannion says, you know what, while we're here, let's put a spring rubber in the left rear. Let's work on the car a little bit more and fix that loose race car, but it cost him a ton of time.
And as we said, Jamie McMurray back in 25th position, and at the beginning of the broadcast, pit stops are showing.
Well, I mean, everybody down there is so competitive, right? I mean, it's just 12 sub 13-second stops that last round by quite a few teams. I mean, maybe the top 7 or 8 cars.
Right as we went back to green, we did not get to tell you, it was Juan Pablo Montoya who did get the lucky dog. That put him back on the lead lap. Right now we have 30 cars on the lead lap, and now Travis Kvapil gets the lucky dog on this one. So there is the work going on. Carl Edwards is right now. It's been a very bad day for 2 out of 3 of the Roush Fenway cars. Stay with us. We'll come back.